5 days.
What?
5 days.
Oh my God!
All it took for our cities.
They got Morgan Freeman in. What a legend! Now then YouTube, I am the Toff Man and welcome to another pack spotlight. This time it is one from Jam Packed 2 and the name of it is, right in front of you, it is Sieged. It's made by Illegal and it's on the FTB Launcher. You can find the links and stuff you need in the description below as always. Now, I have to state that I don't know whether or not that bottom right hand side is correct or not, where it says 0.0.1 beta. I don't think that is actually the case. The version number on the launcher is totally different to what that version number is down the bottom right hand side there, so I'm not quite sure if that's just been left in there by accident. I have no clue. However, what is this pack and what is it all about? I think the best way of telling you guys what this pack is about, there's going to be a link in the description below to an absolutely brilliantly made trailer. It really is quite nice, and it must have cost him a bomb to get Morgan Freeman to do the voice for it. It's obviously not Morgan Freeman, it's just somebody who sounds like him. But it's amazing. It really is a really, really good trailer, and props for that. Absolute props for that. But what is this story about? Well, roughly translating, you wake up in this, in the dark, and well, I'll show you actually. Be easier. Single player. Let's go ahead, create a new world, because I've already done that little bit of a test in there. So let's go ahead and create a new world. We will drop into our new world right now. Shouldn't take too long to world. It's always going to be the same world all the way around because it follows a story. So you will always end up spawning in this place. I have to say that when I spawned here and I was like, Thaumcraft, oh yes, this is definitely one that I will want to be checking out, and we'll go through that in a second. Anyway, these relic tablets are the equivalent of your quest book. So, let's right click
5 days.
And let Morgan Freeman do his job.
5 days was all it took for our cities to be wiped out by the foul Enderlings. How could this have happened? This world was at its peak. Cities were flourishing. No wars, no poverty, no problems. Then, 5 days ago, a tiny rift appeared in the Pacific. We foolishly ignored the problem. Within a day, the rift expanded from the size of a doorway to the size of the Grand Canyon. Thousands upon thousands of creatures, so ancient that they were thought to be legends, poured through the rift, collecting everything they could get their hands on, leaving only destruction in their wake. We had an emergency council with our king, and we came to the same conclusion. We must seal the rift from the power source of all interdimensional portals. The end. A group of 5, including you, bade farewell to your families as you jumped into the portal, into the unknown. Little did you know, you were expected. Before you could get your bearings, you were attacked. Giant talons plunged into the person next to you, knocking you off the edge. You watched the life flow out of him as you plunged into the void below. The darkness overwhelmed you within seconds. When you came to, you were in complete darkness. Growls and howls could be heard closing in on you. You got to your feet, scampering straight toward the source of light ahead of you. It seems like this is some sort of fortress that has been untouched for centuries. It's time for you to pick up the pieces, suppress the emotions welling deep inside of you, and find a way to get back home. Or will you find a wasteland in its place?
So right off the bat, guys, I absolutely love that introduction. I love the way that it's set out. I love the whole display of it. But more to the point, I love the atmospheric feel to this pack. It really makes you feel like you've left alone in this place, in this fortress. The music goes with it, the quest book sounds go with it. It's very, very good with how it sticks towards its theme, much like what I did with the ferret business. So let me just go through some stuff really quickly. What I've noticed from this pack so far, and I've played it for, what, an hour or two? What I've noticed with the pack so far is it's very, very slow moving at the start. So if you were looking to do a YouTube Let's Play or something like that, make sure that you know, if you're one of these people who doesn't cut things out, you've really got to work out how you're going to make people be entertained whilst you're doing it. Because I was just stood around for a long period of time waiting for some things to happen, waiting for my sugarcane to grow, and blah blah blah. But we'll get to that in a second. I think, and I don't know if it's very early in the development or whether or not it's finished. I don't know, because the two different version numbers are kind of misleading. However, it is a very good pack. It does stick to its theme really, really well. And if we have a look into the relic tablet or the quest book, we can go to show quest here, and all of these are unlocked from the start. And I find this quite strange. This is what makes me think maybe it is actually in beta at the moment, because if you actually click on one and go in, you can see the entire quest line. Whether or not that's purpose, you know, on purpose or not, I don't know. But you can see the entire quest line for everything as well. So you never really know what kind of stage you are at, because you don't know whether or not you should be doing this, you don't know whether you should be doing that, you don't know if you've got enough things to be able to do this, you don't know if you've got enough things to be able to do that. But a good thing that I would suggest to do is to do gaining foothold first, as always, and work your way through this entire bit before moving on to other bits and bobs. So, the first one, salvaging. Waking up in this void is disorientating. Perhaps I should see if there's anything usable behind the rubble. I should also scan the rows in the centre of the room with a thermometer I am getting. I should also start scanning every item that I get. So, we need 3 bits of gravel. I would love to have little bits of text here. When I see a quest book and it says a task where the player has, I'm just like, no, you've got to put something there. You have to put something there. Anyway, 3 bits of gravel. It does seem, guys, that this entire pack is centered a lot, especially at the start, around Thaumcraft, and to me that is absolutely fan-freaking-tastic. I love Thaumcraft, as you guys know. I've got a series of that going on my channel. I absolutely love Thaumcraft, and a pack that starts with that and you know, is based around that, I think is absolutely fantastic. So we needed some gravel. I now have some gravel, so let me go ahead, and there's a chest up here. I'm just going to go ahead and slap one of them into there, because I don't need that and I don't need them either. Okay, let's go ahead and manually submit the gravel and claim our reward. Whoa, that is a great sound. That is a great sound. Anyway, you get a corroded axe for that. You get a actual discovery, a thermonomicon, and a thermometer. So, yep, you get straight into Thaumcraft right from the bat. Let's go ahead. This is a discovery for wood. There we go. Good stuff. Because, of course, in this area, you've got no dirt to actually grow any trees, even if you wanted to. So, it obviously uses Mine Tweaker, because Mine Tweaker you can add stuff in. And this is Void Alchemy. So, it might actually be a mod. I don't know if that's a mod or not. But either which way, this opens up an entirely new tab, which is great. So you can get wood in this pack by getting 3 bits of paper and a cactus. And you get that corroded axe as well. Let me just pop down here and show you guys. This is the... I do apologise. That new music is really loud. There we go. That's much better. You can hear the arrows going off. That's because outside here are some ancient turrets, and they're all around on every single entrance, and you've got this ethereal glass which you can walk through. I would suggest not walking through that unless you've turned the ancient turrets off, which you can do so like that, and you can tell by this little redstone lamp. You can come out here and they are now turned off. Look, brilliant. So you can do that, turn them back on, and they will continue doing their job, but they will shoot you if you go out there, so be very, very careful about that. So you've got some stuff to start with. You've got a wand, we've got the goggles of revealing, which I'll slap onto my face. Some glass vials, some glass bottles, some more runic tablets, if you need them. That may be for, like, multiplayer, because they end up with 4 runic tablets if you do it multiplayer, I suppose. So, I want you on my inventory there. Not you, and not you, and not you. Good. Now, further on down here, is the bottom layer, or at least the bottom layer that I've seen so far. There's sugarcane in here, there is cactus, And there is, on the sides here, a couple of crucibles. There's one on the other side as well. So, this is brilliant, as there's a lamp of growth in the centre. But what is good about this, you can see this block update detector. If you do alchemy inside here, sometimes you end up with spare aspects. And these create taints, or these create, you know, the bad stuff. And once the taint actually creates on the top here, this piston will get fired by this block update detector and just squash out the taint. So it never ends up getting tainted in the area, which I think is absolutely great. What I would suggest people do right from the start is to just go around and start. Oh, yeah. The first thing that you've got to do is pop it in the centre. There we go. And that will give you life. And then, of course, you can start going in there and do the sugarcane and the cactus. Can I do the water jar? I can't do the water jar. Can I do the lamp of growth? I probably can't. No. I need to study crystals to do that. But you go around, you do all of your research and stuff like that you need to do as much as you possibly can. Go through this this tablet right here, and you need to make wood planks. And of course, like I said, you can do that by getting some sugarcane. 2 sugarcane to be precise. I seem to have lost one there. Let's get rid of that cactus. Good. I love the sounds in this game. I really, really do. So we need to actually create some paper, and I believe upstairs in the chest here is a crafting table. Good stuff. I'm going to just pop you down there. Make some paper. Go down here. And start making some of this. So, pop you onto there. So you're wondering to yourself, well, it does need some bits and bobs. Read the quest tablet, guys, because it does tell you actually need air and aqua aspects to be able to do this. There is enough around for you to do one anyway. So there's 3 air in there, and there should be some aqua somewhere kicking around. Is that the one? Yep, there's 27 aqua in there as well. Get your wand, give it a slap, and that is more than enough to create your first pieces of wood for the quest. So it does take a while, and like I said at the start, it does seem quite kind of slow moving. So let me go ahead and accept that. Oh, I love that sound. It is very, very slow moving. You've got darkness, stale air, insanity, rotten food. Doing darkness is not particularly hard. Doing stale air is certainly not hard. Doing insanity, it really depends on the kind of mob drops that you get from outside, but it's this, rotten food and modular storage. The modular storage cores actually require sawdust. Sawdust requires you to do some alchemy in the form of a couple of pieces of sugarcane and 1 piece of actual wood plank. So, let me do this and grab some sugarcane. Did I not seriously lose some of that? I did, didn't I? No, I didn't. That's good. A couple of pieces of you, 1 of you, and that will get us 1 piece of sawdust. You need a lot of sawdust for the modular storage mod. And, guys, for the rotten food that isn't kept in your freezer will rot after 7 days. So you've stood around for a long time. You are stood around for a long time waiting for sugarcane to grow, waiting for, you know, to do more infusions and stuff like, oh, a meteor shower starting. But there is no other way to go. There is no other thing to keep you occupied at the start, or at least in my experience, there hasn't been. So you are stood around for a long time at the start. So, I mean, you know, to be fair to the pack, it's the same with skyblocks and stuff. You stood around for a long time, whacking at wood, getting stuff sorted with some like stuff from Ex Nihilo or whatever. So it kind of just changes it for that. But I don't like being stood around. I like to keep myself busy. And there's a nice aura node in the middle there with some not compound aspects. I can't remember what they call them. Anyway, some aspects in there, some base aspects in there. Yes, guys, I love this. I love this. I don't mind. I mean, I mind waiting around for a long while and waiting for stuff to happen. I don't like doing that. I like to keep myself busy. But a pack that is centered, especially at the start, all the way around Thaumcraft, that I was sold on. Absolutely sold on from the start. It seems to run well. It seems to go through the quests well. What I would suggest is get rid of this. Put some text in here just to keep with the theme of the pack. Also, make sure with the quests you actually go ahead. And this is, I'm hoping that the maker of the pack watches this. If we're not at a stage yet of making this seed analyzer, it would be good if you actually hid all of the stuff that you couldn't get to until you've done the prerequisite for that. So there's a lot of stuff, because you could be getting quite confused. Well, how do I get this? How do I get that? How do I do this? Well, I need a warded syringe. Well, you're never going to get that anytime soon. So, you know, it'd be nice to actually get half of that hidden. And that's probably something that might be coming up in an update in the future. But definitely, guys, check this out. Give it a whirl. See what you think. Make sure you put your comments over towards the pack maker as well. The links will, as always, be in the description below. And, yeah, just a quick look at a brand new pack, guys, there, Sieged. Until next time, thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed what you've seen, please go ahead and leave a like. If you like what you see, you can always go ahead and subscribe to me as well for more pack spotlights and also more Let's Plays. Because I do have a couple of Let's Plays coming up and starting soon, so that would be awesome. So anyway, until next time, guys, I've been the TOFF Man. As always, stay safe.